r/AskReddit. What stupid things did you do when you were younger to try to look cooler? I ate rocks at the bus stop in order to impress a girl. Didn't you? Just picked up a handful of thick gravel and shoved it in my mouth and swallowed while making eye contact. I thought girls liked guys that did dangerous things, so this made sense in my child brain. It backfired, of course, and she never spoke to me again. I don't remember shitting those rocks out, so they may still be in there, for all I know. I told my best friend that I have another persona from another dimension. The other dimension me is a secret agent. And I told her that she will be meeting other dimension me the next day. Then the next day I started wearing shades and basically anything that can be associated with secret agents. I would randomly use gadgets to perform simple tasks and park going to rooms and school grounds. When I was in 4th grade, I thought that color coordinating every outfit was the way to go. Red shorts with red shirt, blue shirt with blue pants, and so on. And yes, I always made sure to tuck my shirt into my shorts. This is probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. I was in 5th grade and home alone for a couple of hours. We had a bowl of grapefruits on the counter for my mother's most recent fad diet. I was picking them up, trying to juggle, just messing around bored. I suddenly had an idea. I got one of my mother's bras out of the dirty clothes hamper, put it on over my skinny chest, and you guessed it, plopped a pair of grapefruits into the cups. Put my top back on and, oh wow, I look fabulous. I walk around, look in the mirror, dance a little hoochie coochie dance in the living room. Pretty soon I'm convinced that I look completely natural and super teenaged. I go out on the porch to watch my reflection strut back and forth in the front window. God, I am killing this boob thing. My bike is right there, parked by the mailbox. I'm riding my huffy banana seat bike around the block, enjoying the wind in my boobs, when my parents come along in our car. They wave, I wave. They pull over. A grapefruit drops to the pavement and rolls slowly under the car. I die of shame but somehow remain fixed in place for all eternity. My mother puts her face into her open purse and begins to shake while making muffled snorting noises. My dad coolly leans across to the passenger window and, eyes at Winkle, says, "Going for a little ride, are you? Nice day for it. We'll see you back home, then." They drive off. I die a few more times, then slowly navigate towards home with my one remaining grapefruit sagging listlessly in defeat. This reminds me of something my 1st and 2nd grade best friend did. I live in a trashy town, so even when I was a kid I knew what hookers were even if I didn't know what they did. One day on the way back to my house from school we saw a hooker plying her trade on the corner and had been laughing and talking about it. Once we get to my place, my buddy decides to hike up his shorts like Daisy Dukes and put on a pair of my mom's heels and even tied his shirt up around his belly for good measure. Right about the time he starts strutting around saying bitch, please and shit like that in imitation of trashy hookers everywhere, my mom walks in. She looked mortified, but we thought it was the funniest thing ever. When I was 8 I was trying to show off to my brothers by doing a flip-off of a folding chair. As soon as I went to jump, the chair folded in and all 10 of my fingers got caught in between the bars. My older brother ran over to yank my hands out while I was screaming my face off. I am now 11 years wiser and 1 thumb shorter. In kindergarten we didn't let another kid in the playhouse because he didn't know how to hold a cigarette. Obviously none of us smoked, neither did my parents. But apparently I thought the only way to be cool was to know how to hold a cigarette. I wore 2 watches on one wrist because Corbin Blue wore 3 in High School Musical. I smoked candy cigarettes like they were real. I even had an ashtray. I was 14 at the time and jackets were very much the trend at my high school. Going into spring I didn't have any lightweight simple jackets and had a small budget of pocket money. So I headed out to one of these markets and lo and behold I found a fake Ralph Lauren jacket. Brought it for £20 and took it to school the following day thinking no one would recognize if it's real or fake. Turns out one guy in the same class had the exact type. It's also quite challenging to convince everyone your jacket's real when the horse has 7 legs instead of 4.